Since none of us is traveling to conventions and conferences and meetings these days, and perhaps a lot of you are delivering your presentations online, how can you ensure that your audience is actually paying attention? Think about it. In normal times, when you deliver a presentation to an audience, they're right there in front of you, you can tell if they're engaged or if they're yawning or rolling their eyes or texting or whatever. It's pretty hard to do that in the online video platforms like Zoom and Skype. Somebody could be pretending to watch you when in fact they're really watching Netflix instead. I'm Bill Connor, and my partner Susie Tomai and I of Oratorio have 3 tips for you to help you try to ensure that your audience pays attention during your online presentations. Tip number 1, be animated. Use your gestures, project your voice, show some energy, smile. If your audience sees you looking listless, chances are they're going to feel the same way. A famous person once said, after you give a presentation, you should feel a little bit tired. Use your energy and let your audience feed off that energy. Tip number 2, keep it as brief as possible. A 15-minute presentation may work fine in person, but it's a lot tougher to hold the audience's attention for that long on a little laptop screen. Oratorio learned that ourselves just last week. We put out a 5.5-minute video that went over very, very well, but afterward the analytics showed us that on average people only watched it for about 3.5 minutes. Now, we're not saying that every presentation online should be 3 minutes, that's not practical, but do streamline your content to the extent possible, and remember that if you need to share more detailed data or other information with your audience, you can always email it to them after the presentation. Tip number 3, simple visuals. For heaven's sake, slides that look like this are bad enough in person. In an online presentation, they are the very embodiment of death by PowerPoint. Forget using hundreds of bullet points and graphics flying all over the place and teeny tiny little fonts. Use strong images, photographs, and a few well-chosen words. Last week, we at Oratorio had the privilege of conducting an online coaching session for a team of engineers in India. They have invented an ingenious underground water storage system that permits rain that falls in the monsoon season to be captured and then reused during the dry season. The presenter told a simple story of how this changed the life of one farmer and then thousands of farmers, and how this technology can be replicated all over the developing world. Very simple, very clear, very persuasive. Thank you for watching. We at Oratorio will be creating more videos like this regularly, so be well, and we'll see you again very soon.